Welcome back, Savages, to Savagely Paranormal After Dark, and we're talking the dark side of paranormal tourism. I was excited about this topic. And as soon as I read it, I was like, yeah, we're doing that one so I can rant. The paranormal tourism crap.
First of all, we do enjoy going to haunted places,
We do.
but
Charging $500 a person is outrageous. You want paranormal investigators to come to your building and to say it's haunted, but charging people $5,000, $6,000
$2,000
for a
plus.
group of 10 people is freaking outrageous.
Yeah.
Most of us work for a living. We do this on the weekends, pretty much, so we can afford to. We don't make money off this. And for people to have haunted buildings, which some of them we don't even know, because they want to charge $500 a person, is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, now I get some places are huge, extensive buildings, but charging per person anywhere from $300 to $500 just for us to walk around a building that usually doesn't have heat,
Nope.
doesn't have running water,
Nope.
sometimes doesn't even have a working bathroom, is ridiculous.
I understand there is upkeep involved in the buildings.
Right.
If it is a fully functional building, there's also utilities, there's insurance. I get that. But when you're renting this building out 7 nights a week, 365, and you're charging that much money, that's ridiculous.
And especially if you are inviting paranormal investigation groups and you want to charge us almost twice what you would charge normal people, is ridiculous. I mean, because there are so many places that we want to go, and some of them are like, oh, a group of 10, it's $1,200 and you get it for the night. If I'm paying $1,200, I want it for the whole weekend.
Right.
Especially if it's buildings that don't have heat, don't have running water, don't have air conditioning when it's in the middle of summer and it's hot as Satan's balls. It's ridiculous. Oh.
Then you have the other side of the coin where they're charging these ridiculous rates and they're having every Tom, Dick, and Harry who doesn't know anything about paranormal coming in there to investigate. And I'm sorry, but that's how things go wrong.
If you're going to have the public do an investigation, whether it's a private investigation or whatnot, you should have a paranormal investigator, a tour guide, something. You should have people who work for that building as part of the investigation. Because people that are just part of the public, a lot of the time, they break stuff because they don't know what they're doing. They don't care as much as we do. They think this is just some fun hobby that, hey, we're going to go check out this haunted building. Let's do this.
Or they get broke because they don't know what they're doing and things happen.
If you're going to have public buildings that you know have stuff happening in them and whatnot, and you are trying to, oh, hey, my building's haunted. If you're going to do the public, that's fine. But as paranormal investigators, it's a slap in the face when you are charging us a ridiculous amount of money, especially like we've said earlier, there's 2 of us. Now, granted, if it's a large building, we will ask somebody like Ryan's team to come with us, because then there would be a total of 4, 5, 6 of us? 7?
Between 7 and 10.
Yeah. But we know what we're doing. We come with our own equipment. We have our own liability paperwork. We know the ins and outs of what is supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen. We follow directions because we don't want to get kicked out of those places and not be able to come back. But if there's going to be a group of 10 of us and you're like, oh, that's going to be $3,500. Why?
Yeah, to walk around a building all night.
No, for $3,500, I want the weekend, the Wi-Fi password, and I watch TV.
Yeah.
That is
and go to the
ridiculous.
bathroom.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But now, the other side of the coin, and this is something that bothers me a lot, and I know we touched on this when we went to Madison. There are places that are haunted, and they basically have tied these spirits to the place so that they cannot cross over. They cannot leave. You're running a tourist attraction by tormenting these souls and keeping them there. You're making your fortune at the cost of innocent spirits.
Has anybody seen the movie 13 Ghosts? I can tell you what happened when they got stuck inside that glass house, and it didn't go well for anybody. Same thing with Ghost Ship. Still, didn't go well for anybody. Stop bringing in people who don't know what they're doing when they're playing with the Ouija boards, when they're popping open their spell books, when they're bringing incense, which, by the way, there are millions of incense that if you don't know what you're doing is going to make stuff a whole lot. I get the point of having a paranormal tourist attraction type thing, and you want to make money out of it. I get it. That's your livelihood.
And I get it. We love going to these places. We love it just as much as you do. But you have to do it right.
We're not on TV. We don't make thousands of millions of dollars a day. But we pay out of pocket for our own things. And we shouldn't have to save up money
Years for some of these.
Just to be able to go. Especially if they're local. Our local one, they don't charge us anything.
It's a nominal fee.
It's nothing we can't handle. It's anywhere between $300 and $800 depending on how long you investigate, how many people are coming, whatever. If I'm gonna pay tens of thousands of dollars, I will get on a damn plane, medicated of course, so I can go to Transylvania and do Dracula's Castle. If I'm gonna pay that outrageous amount of money for someplace local or someplace in the United States, no, I'm going to Europe because they got much better stuff.
We're going to the castle, and then we're going to Ireland.
Either way, we have to get on a plane, which means I'm going to need drugs because I don't like being
We will
on planes.
medicate you.
Yeah, I get it. As an investigator, if you want investigation teams to come to your place, don't charge them a ridiculous amount of money. We should be getting charged half of what the public does.
The problem is there's a lot of teams out there that will pay it.
Stop doing that.
I get it. You guys who can afford to do that, great. A lot of you are getting your own TV shows or you're getting your movie contracts. Great. I'm happy for you. But you're making it harder on the little guy who we're not after the movie contracts or the TV network. But we would like to be able to enjoy and experience these things as much as you. But these fees are absolutely ridiculous. We have a couple on our bucket list that they want $3,000 for one night. That's not even
It's not even a full night either.
Mid-afternoon to next mid-afternoon. We're talking like maybe 8 hours. That's ridiculous. You factor in the equipment. All the thousands and thousands of dollars spent on equipment. Then you factor in you have to travel to wherever this place is.
And gas ain't cheap.
Then you're going to have to feed yourself at some point.
We'll just eat grass.
Yeah, no biggie.
I'll just pull a carrot out of the ground and just Bugs Bunny it.
And eventually you're going to have to sleep at some point in order to make this trip from point A to point B and back to point A.
I'll fold the seats down. We'll get an air mattress and we'll sleep in a Walmart parking lot.
I don't care. That works. It's a heck of a lot cheaper.
Creepy.
But you're still going to need somewhere to pee. Let's say the place is charging $3,000 a night. Okay? So the gas, the hotel, the food, your equipment, you're talking close to 10 grand already with all of your equipment that you have. Now, granted, it's not bought just for that one thing, but this is just one experience. You're talking damn near $10,000. How are people supposed to afford that and still put food on their table?
Some of your places have been on TV.
Right.
I want the real experience, but if you're going to charge us, especially for a two-person team, an astronomical amount of money because you know that your place is verified, which again, you can't
That means
verify
nothing.
a haunting.
That means nothing. Every single person who goes there is going to get something different or nothing at all. There is no way to absolutely verify a haunting because nobody can 100% prove anything. Everything is open for debate.
And honestly, being on TV doesn't make your place haunted because you can add in sounds, you can add in pictures. I'm in school for this, so I can tell you how photos are edited. I can tell you how videos are edited. I can tell you how sounds are edited. And putting stuff on TV does not make your place verified as being haunted.
It doesn't make it any more haunted than the house down the street.
Well, over in your neighborhood, the house down the street probably is haunted. I don't know, because your neighbor's got all those damn satellite antennas.
Oh, we're not even going there. They're calling everything.
That's not a lie, by the way. It's true. I've never met your neighbor, and I don't want to. My neighbor has chickens. That's all I have to worry about.
Bird flu.
Don't do that. It's not even funny. Eggs are... Have you seen the price of eggs now?
Yeah. My kids love eggs. I said, sorry, it's not in the budget.
At this point, I might as well just go get some chickens, even though I'm terrified of birds. I'd be like, can
Can I have your egg, please?
Just go away. Get back in your coop. Poke it with a stick. Get out of here. Don't chase me. I'd have to call, what's her name?
Erin?
No.
Audra?
Yeah, I'd have to call Audra. Can you come help me with my chickens? Because I can't go near them. And my donkey named Dave.
Gotta name it Steve.
No, I can't name everything Steve.
Yeah, we have to have something visible named Steve.
Oh, so when we start referring to Steve in our videos and because Steve's at home out in pasture.
Okay, back on topic.
Just because a celebrity buys a location or has their name on the location of some kind still doesn't mean that you need to charge a crazy amount of money for people to come to your building. Now, granted, like April said, people will pay that, but you don't know how long people saved to pay that.
You don't know what people cut out of their everyday life that they...
I'm getting frustrated. Yeah, that one-time experience where nothing could happen.
Yeah.
And then they feel, okay, we just spent all that money for nothing because nothing happened. Because people have put out there, oh, our building's so haunted, everybody gets stuff. That's not how that works.
You have the people that run these haunted attractions. Guaranteed you're gonna get some evidence. I guarantee you it's not real. You have a lot of locations out there that plant evidence, and they have people behind the scenes who create evidence for you. So that's a whole nother avenue that's not right. We've been in locations, we've had spirits talk to us who are trapped at these locations. They don't want to be there, but people are holding them there to make their place a haunted attraction.
Y'all need to watch 13 Ghosts.
Everybody wants...
Don't draw symbols you don't know nothing about.
I get it. Everybody's out to make $1, okay? At whose
find you.
expense?
I've just been so frustrated about this because we talked about that with Ryan and his team. We were just nonchalantly talking about it, about how we want to go here, but this is how much it is. We have to have so many people, and it's what the hell?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
I get it. The funny thing is, people get all of this money from these investigations, and the buildings never change.
They don't do the upgrades. They don't do the upkeep. And the next time you go back, it's in worse shape than it was the first time.
Now, I know places like the Waverly Place, they have actually put their money into it because you've seen it change.
Yeah.
They're still trying to keep the haunting aspect of it, but they're also trying to make it safer for people to investigate by doing the new windows and the heating and the cooling and stuff like that. But buildings like that big, they cost money. I can understand that. But still.
But still, you would think in a building like that, okay, for teams like us, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, teams out there, that place has how many buildings? You could rent it out by the building even. Make it a little cheaper for people like us.
Because I can tell you right now, I'm an asthmatic. I don't like stairs.
We're not covering that whole entire...
Hell, no. It would take us all night just to get from one side to the other. Yeah.
But you could rent out the individual buildings to smaller teams and still make the same amount of money, if not more.
Yeah.
And there is a local attraction, 3.5 hours away. Hers is reasonably priced. The Ross House.
Oh, yeah.
It's reasonably priced. It's within driving distance. We still stay the night because she lets you stay the night. There's beds, there's bathrooms, there's a kitchen.
There's a sign that says, please help yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's like 25 cents.
And she actually takes the money.
She buys snacks.
Yes. She keeps her fair share because that is her income. Totally acceptable. She uses the other money to pay the bills for the house and to do renovations. That's how you do it. It's that simple.
I know there's some buildings where you can't because it's a health risk
Yeah.
to stay overnight. If you aren't going to offer food, no, I'm not talking a full-blown spread.
No, water, a bag of chips, something. Coffee's always good.
April, I'm pretty sure it's in her veins.
Yeah, I don't have blood.
If you're not going to offer those things, even just the bare necessities to do an investigation, because we bring snacks and stuff and like water. I have some health issues that I need to eat or have sugar or I spike or drop and then I get really sick. I'm not a diabetic. If you're not going to have the bare necessities and snacks.
I'm sorry. I got the song in my head now. Yeah. As soon as you said that, it started playing.
You can't get mad at us if we have to stop to find a bathroom, find a place for us to eat and get warm. Mm-hmm. If you can't provide all of that and you charge the amount for house payments, you really need to rethink your priorities. Now, granted, the place that we go here at home, we already know they're working on upgrading everything. There's 2 sets of heating systems, one on one side, one on the other, that they have to update, and they're working on that part.
Yes.
Okay.
But it is also very old, very decrepit.
Yeah.
Very bad windows.
Yeah.
So all of that takes money. And if you fix the windows, then you can't fix the heat. If you fix the heat, you can make some of it warm, but then the windows are keeping the rest cold.
It's hit and miss. I get some places, and some places will tell you up front, hey, we don't have some of these things. Here are other options. But if you're not going to give us options,
There's some that you can rent, but you can't leave the property. There is no heat. There is no bathroom. There is no anything. How?
I'll pee in a bush. I don't care. I will find a tree. I will leave you a note. Hey, I peed here. If you can't provide those basic things for a tourist attraction, which is what it's considered, then you need to rethink your business plan.
Yeah.
Because
I think most of them need to rethink their priorities, period, because A, what they're charging, B, I'm going to rant about this until the day I die and become one. You're selling these spirits. Bottom line. You're
supernatural prostitution.
Yes, exactly. Basically, you have these spirits trapped there and you expect them to perform on command. Whether you have them trapped there or not, you're still using these.
You're using their bodies?
No, they don't have bodies. You're using the people who have passed on to make yourself
Sometimes they
rich
have
and famous.
Sometimes they have body outlines.
Because they project that. They don't.
Supernatural projections. No, I'm still on prostitution. I got one of my best gals upstairs.
She'll give you the best evidence you've ever seen.
It's great. She's up in room 2.
Yeah.
This is something that we could probably rant about for years to come, but it's just,
I don't see it changing, but it would be nice if
yeah.
people actually thought a little bit more before they put these huge price tags on things. If you're truly in it for the love of the paranormal, not just to make yourself rich and famous, then these are things that you should consider, because there are a lot of people like us, the little teams, who absolutely love this with every ounce of our being.
Like the Conjuring house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's not on our bucket list for a long time.
She doesn't own it anymore.
I think right now it's just out of business. It's just a house right now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
once that gets bought, if the next person is somewhat sane and or doesn't get possessed,
I'm sure
then-
Bilbo Baggins will buy it.
and then we'll never be able to go there because it'll be like $5 gazillion to walk onto the front step.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous. I completely understand the whole business side of it, but you can still be a little more reasonable.
Could understand if it was like some kind of bed and breakfast where they feed you lunch, dinner, breakfast, you have turn down service, you have somebody that greets you and is, okay, here's this, here's XYZ, here's a key, here's your rooms, here's all this stuff, call me if you got probs. I can understand, because that can be expensive, because
Right.
you're feeding people actual
Right.
food. Who do we call if something happens?
Ghostbusters.
Shut up. I knew you were going to say that as soon as I said it. But who exactly? Because a lot of the time, the tour people don't stay. They don't stick around. Now, the one here in town, when the guy lives there,
Yeah.
but still, they don't stay.
No.
So it's like, if something were to happen, you're screwed. Yeah. You got to call the 911s. And you got to be like, yo, I'm in this haunted building. I fell through the floor. I need some help. Or I'm going to be stuck here and be one of the tourist attractions. And nobody wants me as a tourist attraction, because I will probably bite and pull your hair. And
Yeah, but that's the kind that they want. So you might get stuck there.
I'll dance on camera. I'll be a trained
She's going to be the one in room 208.
Come here, let me pull your hair. Yeah. I'm so getting kicked over this. That's going to be cut. Jake's going to be like, what the hell were they talking about? But no, like we've said millions and millions of times, this is a hobby for a lot of people. Sometimes they get lucky and it takes off. And like us, like we want it to be a full-time type thing. That's not going to happen for a while. But we can't afford to do a lot of those things.
No.
Because people want to turn it into a business venture. May or may not work.
Right. And then you have the bigger teams, 15, 20 people. If everybody chips in a little bit of money, that's not that bad for one of those higher
I can
places.
$100 per person, especially if it's a big group. You can make bank off that.
Yeah.
For the smaller groups,
But then
I
a
get
lot
it.
of them put a cap on, like, for $2,000, you can have up to 8 people. Anybody over that 8th person is
gotta-
another 100 per. What?
Right,
Charge them all the same.
right.
It doesn't. You have a 5,000 square
What
foot
is-
building. What difference does it make if there's 8 or 15?
That's $250 a person if you do it that way.
Yeah. So you have a 5,000 square foot building. What difference does it make if there's 8 people running around or 15 people running around? They're all in the same group. They don't have a problem with it. Why do you? Makes no sense. And
No.
that makes it more reasonably priced.
I would say anywhere between $1 and $350 is somewhat doable. And if you do it per person, and it's like a group of 15, you make bank on that. Yeah.
And you figure most of these places are Sunday through Saturday. They rent them out every day during the week.
And I know on Halloween they make a good amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
Because what do you do on Halloween? You dress up, you go to haunted places, you go to weird circuses that come to town, which can be a good thing. It can also get you killed, so be weary. But I know on Halloween or the whole month of October, I know that they make bank because it's all it is haunted attractions.
And it's usually the public ones where each person through the door pays $50. You got, God knows how many hundreds of people could go through there every day.
Right. Lower your prices, people.
Make it more reasonable.
Because supernatural prostitution is...
It's not legal.
I think we're done. I think we're going to call it a night.
All right.
Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies.
Hey, Savages, we just want to take a minute and say a couple things. The paranormal community has enough drama in it. We would like to keep our nice little community that we have here, all pretty much like-minded individuals. Keep us all on the same page.
We don't tolerate negative behavior. We don't tolerate the negative comments. We want to keep everything family friendly. We want to keep everybody positive. And if you have something negative to say about our video or any of the other community videos, keep scrolling. We have plenty of people that want to watch our videos. They want to follow us. We don't need any of the negativity.